Hello, I'm reading the second part of chapter 7 of How to Speak Dragonese. At breakfast, Hiccup was more miserable than he had ever been in his life. He couldn't eat a thing. He just sat there, pushing his kipper sadly round his plate. His grandfather, old Wrinkly, tried to ask him what the matter was, but Hiccup just sighed.
"What does the chief feel?" asked Stoic the Vast, seeing his son drooping.
"A chief feels no pain, father," replied Hiccup glumly. He's really worried about Toothless, who's disappeared. Suspected he's been kidnapped by Roman dragon rustlers. In the middle of the meal, a carrier dragon flew in the window, dropped a letter addressed to Stoic on the table, and flew out again. The letter was from Big Boobied Bertha, the chief of the Bog Burglars. The Bog Burglars were a tribe of particularly fearsome female warriors who lived on an island some way to the west of the Isle of Berg. See map at the beginning of the book. Let's see. Okay, so the Isle of Berg is just there, and the Bog Burglar Empire, or the Bog Burglar Islands are there, and the Roman Empire is that way. No, this way. That's right. Okay, so the Hooligans had a long-running feud with the Bog Burglars, which had started many years ago when the Bog Burglars stole the shield of Hiccup's great-great-grandfather, Grimbeard the Ghastly. That name keeps popping up. Hiccup's great-great-grandfather. Hiccup read the letter over Stoic's shoulder. And this is from Big Boobied Bertha. "Greetings, you fat burglar! I see you have broken the truce we have had for so many years and wish to make war with us again. How dare you steal the noble heir to the Bog Burglars tribe? You are a thief, and I give you 2 weeks to return our heir to us unharmed. Otherwise, I shall declare a blood feud. And we will sail to work in all our strength and exterminate the lot of you. It should be easy peasy. You hooligans always did fight like a load of bunny rabbits. Yours very untruly, Bertha, chief of the Bog Burglars." Stoic grew more and more purple in the face as he read the letter. Finally, he came to the end, and with a roar, he tore the paper up into little pieces and stomped on them. He was hopping mad. Stoic was often baity, often shouty, often going off the deep end, but this time he really lost his temper. That's it, losing his temper. I love it. Look at his helmet going up. When a hooligan loses his temper, he really loses it. A hooligan in a rage yells so loudly it makes his ordinary yelling sound like a baby's lullaby. "I declare a blood feud!" yelled Stoic the Vast. "Oh, brother!" Hiccup raised his eyes to the heavens. "I do not believe this. This is all we need. Hang on a minute, father. Let's stay calm here. I really don't think this was from the Bog Burglars. We haven't got their heir, have we? So someone else," oh, Hiccup is smart, "someone else must have stolen her. I overheard the Romans saying they would pretend to be the Bog Burglars so that they can get us to fight each other." "You stay out of this, Hiccup!" roared Stoic the Vast. "Politics is for grown-ups. Fetch me my sword. Sound the war horns. I want every man, woman and child practising their sword fighting night and day for the next 2 weeks. "But father," protested Hiccup, "please use your head here." And this is why they should use their head. I mean, look at the blood feud table. Everybody's warring on. Hooligans are warring on the meatheads, and the meatheads are warring on the bashamoiks. They're always falling out, these tribes, you see. They're always, couldn't get on with each other. The Bog Burglars, the outcasts seem to be fighting everybody. You see, look, the lines are going to everybody. And it doesn't seem to be for very important reasons. So the Bog Burglars are in a feud with the Vizzy Thugs because Bertha laughed at Vizzy Thug axe work. Vizzy Thugs are at war with the Hysterics because the arm wrestling contests went a little too far. And the outcasts are in feud with absolutely everybody because they have an attitude problem. Okay. "I am using my head," roared Stoic the Vast, head-butting the wall. "If those Bog Burglars set one toe into hooligan waters, by Thor, they're going to regret it." Hiccup could feel himself getting cross too. He didn't stand up to his father very often, but he was so upset about Toothless that he got up and stood in front of Stoic with his hands on his hips, like that. "Why don't you believe me?" he said furiously. "I've told you and told you this is the work of the Romans. I've even brought you back a Roman helmet to prove it." Hiccup pointed to the Roman helmet, which was sitting on a stool in the corner of the room. "We could send out a war party to go and find these Romans and Toothless too, but oh no, you would rather stay here beating up the bog burglars than believe the word of your own son." For a moment it seemed as if Hiccup was getting through to his father. Stoic's nostrils stopped flaring and he ceased to paw the ground with one foot. He looked at the Roman helmet. Maybe, just maybe, Hiccup was right. But then he looked at Big Booby Bertha's letter, and his temper returned. "The only good bog burglar is a dead bog burglar," shouted Stoic at the top of his voice, and he stalked out of the room. "Don't blame your father too much, will you, Hiccup?" said old Wiggly sadly. "He means well, but sometimes when things get complicated, he gets confused. By the way, aren't you going to be late for your frightening foreigners lesson?" "Oh my goodness," said Hiccup, "so I am." And so, book chapter 8, the frightening foreigners lesson, will be tomorrow.